And now for a very interesting story. In 2003, a promising young football player went to prison for a crime that never happened. On Thursday, 26-year-old Brian Banks saw his conviction tossed out after his accuser changed her story. Lee Cowan spoke with Banks after his emotional day in court and just before he was officially set free.
That's the only thing left, though, of this nightmare, I guess.
That and just start working on the mental and emotional, to repair there.
That ankle tracking bracelet has been locked on Brian Banks' left leg for years.
It's day to day.
Good day to day, then.
Yeah, best day.
He found out just as we were sitting down for our interview that loathsome bracelet was finally coming off.
This is by far the heaviest weight that I've ever had to carry around.
Today, he's been labeled innocent.
10 years ago, Brian Banks was wrongly convicted of raping a classmate while in high school. And on Thursday, the now 26-year-old sobbed as a judge finally threw out the bogus charges that had sent him to prison for more than 5 years.
What went through your mind?
Everything just grabbed me at once, and it just consumed me at that moment. And so it was bittersweet. And I was so happy to hear those words, but just I'm still left with that question of why.
Long Beach Police says they have it!
At 16, Brian Banks was the star linebacker for his Long Beach high school. He had a full-ride scholarship to USC and a dream to play in the NFL.
That scholarship to USC was just waiting for you.
It was there. All I had to do was just play my senior year, the biggest year of my life.
Instead, a brief, albeit passionate, encounter with a female classmate in this high school stairwell changed everything.
We began making out, we kissed, groped, touched. We didn't have sex. Sex never occurred.
But the girl claimed rape, and before Brian knew it, he was under arrest.
I was awakened with a number of officers in my room. One officer had his knee to my back as I was laying down, and there were guns drawn. They threw me in a squad car, and I never came home.
There was no proof that you were guilty, no physical evidence, no DNA evidence, nothing.
Nothing whatsoever.
It was your word against hers.
Mm-hmm.
And hers won?
Hers won because mine was never heard.
Despite his claims of innocence, he says his defense attorney gave him a choice: plead no contest to rape or risk a trial that could send him to prison for life.
If I go into that courtroom, the jury was going to automatically see a big black teenager and would automatically assume me as guilty.
That's what she told you?
That's what she told me. And so I asked her, well, can I at least speak to my mother? And she said, no, this is your decision to make. You need to make it now. And so I took the plea.
He ended up finishing high school while in prison, and he had to register as a sex offender. He thought that was the end of it. But after he was released, came a surprise, a friend request on Facebook from the girl, now a woman, who had ruined his young life.
So what went through your mind, though, when you got that Facebook message?
I didn't even think it was her. I thought it was somebody playing a joke on me.
He agreed to meet her with a private investigator who videotaped the whole thing. And finally, the confession came.
Did he rape you? No, he did not rape me.
But that's as far as it went.
Did she apologize?
No.
Not even an I'm sorry?
No.
Nothing?
No.
And she never explained why she did it. But it was enough evidence for attorneys from the Innocence Project to get Brian's conviction overturned.
Are you angry?
No, I'm not angry.
How could you not be?
I've been there. I've been at that point of anger and bitterness when I first received that 6-year sentence. But then I realized that that type of energy only holds me back. It does nothing to the people that I'm angry about. You have to forgive and move on.
He's working to get his life back on track and has never lost his dream of being in the NFL.
Where do you want to play?
Whoever will give me an opportunity.
He's already chosen how to live. Now, he's free to live. For CBS This Morning, I'm Lee Cowan, Los Angeles.
What an incredible story. Mm-hmm. Two things. One, when you look at this story, you sometimes wish that for lawyers, you could get a second opinion.
You mean when he talks about what he was faced with that
Yeah.
defense attorney? It's true, because it's interesting as he lays out there that he says, "Well, can I talk to my mom?" And you would think anybody would say, "Look, this is a kid in high school. Of course you can talk to your parents." And she advises, "No, you have to make the decision now." As he tells the story,
And what
it
is the
gives you
woman thinking
pause.
about when she tries to befriend him?
That there is no answer for. Absolutely
Amazing
not.
story.
He's quite an inspirational
And
man.
what happens to him now?
Hopefully, great things. Well deserved, that's for sure.